Yay Media Group.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
She's like, no, I have to work. I got things to do. Put it away. Hey guys, episode 212. It's freezing probably where you're at right now. I think everybody is getting a cold freeze right now, right?
I think so.
I know. I have my Broncos blanket because it's like 68 down in the basement, but it feels like it's 60 down here.
Go Broncos. We're still in it.
I know.
So, man, it's Saturday, by the way, that we're filming this. This will obviously come out on Monday, but Broncos are still in it. And That's sad that Bo Nix broke his ankle. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he broke something in his foot.
But I was like, why couldn't you just break it after the game?
The Super Bowl? But do you know who their new quarterback is?
No, who?
Jarrett Stidham.
Who is he?
I did like a man on the street stuff for I went out and talked to fans. We went to popular locations. This one was called Larimer Square in Denver. And we talked to people. So I had a bunch of trivia questions and that was one of them.
Nobody knew?
No, a lot of people knew. So the first time, not too many people knew. And I actually made up a guy because I don't know. I thought it was funny. So I was like, and it was weird because I didn't put the jinx on Bo Nix, but I'm like, if Bo Nix goes down, God forbid, how do you think Shrek Morris is going to do backing him up? And I just wanted to see what people would say because some people just want to talk on camera. And some people were like, oh, I think, he gets paid a lot of money, just get the job done, and I totally made him up. And then one kid was like, there's no guy. And he was with his friend. So his friend goes, hey man, he gets paid a lot of money. He's got to do the job. And his friend goes, there's no Shrek Morris. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I should have posted it. And I did another one in Larimer Square, but everybody knew. But everyone now in Denver has it's Stiddy City, but a bunch of other ones.
But what makes you...
He's a good looking guy. So everyone's kind of I don't know. Maybe women are more involved at this point. They were like, oh yeah, I'll watch the game.
Him now.
Yeah, Google him. Here, while you talk, I'll Google him.
What makes a backup quarter? How do you become the backup quarterback? Are you not as good as? What makes you the backup?
Well, you're not as good, right? They're going to play the best guy.
Okay, is it because you're not as speedy?
This is Jarrett Stidham. So he went to
cute.
Yeah, and he wears a hat, but
oh yeah, he's really cute.
I think he lives in Texas.
Once you see the backwards hat, you're like, oh, he's cute.
Yeah, so a lot of girls think he's cute. So
how old is he? 29? He's a baby.
Yeah, he went to Baylor first, and then he went to Auburn.
Okay.
And then he played for the New England Patriots.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he's been in it.
He backed up Tom Brady. So they drafted him to fill Tom Brady's shoes. But then he ended up going to the Raiders with the coach that was on New England Patriots. Didn't really pan out. Then he went to the Broncos. And I heard a couple of teams, I don't know if this is true or not, I think it is. They offered him more money. The Colts wanted him. Remember they got that older quarterback this year. They wanted him and he wanted to stay here and didn't take the pay increase. He's like, I'll just stay at Denver.
Oh.
So I don't know. People are pulling for him and I think they could do good, but New England Patriots
I feel
are good.
Colorado sports, even Nuggets, they are winning last minute.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And it's every game's neck and neck, and then they pull it off. So maybe this
we
guy
got a good sports city.
I know.
I hope he pulls it off. The Bears are out. They're my number one, but it's still nice to have a team in it. You know what I mean?
And then, okay, I was talking to Jeff. I mentioned this in one of the episodes about they're doing the 10-year challenge people are posting on Instagram. 10 years ago, it was Panthers playing Broncos, and little did we know that we were going to move a couple months later and be with the Broncos.
Yeah, that is true.
Isn't that funny?
Wow, it's been that long.
Yeah. Well, I take that back.
But we've been here 9 years?
I said a couple months later. Sorry.
A year later.
I'm very wrong. I was pregnant and didn't know I was pregnant. And it was February of 2016. So Lawson was baking in my belly.
Yeah.
And then it was the next year. That's when we left shortly. Okay, so I'm sorry. I got my math wrong like usual.
Whatever. But anyways, we're pulling for the Broncos. But on to different things because some people are like, I don't care about that.
No, whatever.
Okay, so here's a change of pace. We just finished the show His and Hers, and I think everybody's on board with that show.
Can we talk?
We can't ruin it for people. I'll tell you this though. It's, it's one of those, there is some cheesy. I'm like, why would he do that? Or you can't leave that. Or, you know what I mean? It's kind of cheesy, but it's like, you're in it. It's only 8 episodes. It's a good binge watch. It's a great binge watch. I love that main actor. That guy from Male Gigolo or whatever. I forgot his name. I should know his name because I like him a lot. But he's a great actor. And
he plays good in, like, if he's a cop and he's a bad cop. Because we watched him in that True Story. Yeah. Where, was it Detroit? When they were doing.
Yeah. He's in that other series.
He does a good job at playing like a bad cop.
We Own the Night or something?
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
It was like some scam going on, but it was so good.
Yeah, he was good. We won't talk too much about it because I want you guys,
I thought I had it completely figured out, and I thought I was so awesome because I was like, see, I told you, Jeff, I figured it out. And then, but then there's another twist.
They do a good job in the show. I'll tell you this. They do a good job in pointing, like a good murder mystery. After every episode, you think someone else is the killer. You know what I mean? So they keep you slighted enough that you're like, oh, did you catch that? It's that person. But then towards the end, there's so many people that you're like, okay, now they're showing that person. It can't be that person.
And that's where I was last night. And then I'm like, who else could it be?
We thought we totally nailed it.
We thought we had it.
Yeah, and we didn't.
And we were wrong.
I think you'll be shocked. So it's a good watch. If you guys need something to binge in this cold weather, make some soup like I just did and binge watch His and Hers. It's pretty good.
We started again, Mayor of Easttown. We like that show.
Yeah, I like him. Jeremy Renner.
You said he has a good story. Yeah, you read his book.
Yeah, his book is great. What's the difference between listening to it and reading it? I think a big difference.
I prefer if I listen to something, I pay attention to it more. If I read something, I read it and then my mind starts going off like, what am I have to cook tonight? What am I doing? And then I'm like, wait, I got to go back. What did I read? And then I got to go back and then I start reading again. I'm like, focus.
Yeah. I wish I was more adamant about reading when I was younger. That's one of the things I really regret.
I remember when we would get out for summer, they would say you have to read this many books. And then when you would go, okay, so let's say you finish 5th grade and you're going into 6th grade, then they would give you a test about that book, that summer book you were supposed to read over the summer. And going into 6th grade, I never read it. I'd be like, no, I just hated reading.
Me too. Well, that's not good for our kids. We got to do the opposite for them.
They say you start when they're young and by reading to them all the time. And then they pick up on that habit of wanting to read. I was so good about it with Lawson. He loved books, like zoo books, anything animals. And, we would go to the zoo and he knew every animal. And then when Leighton came, it was a little bit harder I tried more, but I didn't read to Leighton as much as I did Lawson.
Yeah. Well, now I just got him that new bookshelf I put together and put in his room. So easy access.
It looks good though.
Yeah.
It's going back to kind of things we talk about with the book fair. You have to go and then they want like 3 books and then they're going to say they're going to read of it and then they don't read it and it's such a waste.
Well, it's hard. I mean, yeah, we try our best. We need to be better at it for sure.
No, but I've been doing Lawson's, one of the teachers texted me. He was like, oh my gosh, I can tell you've been working with Lawson. He's doing so good. And I'm like, I told her, the only thing I'm slacking on is reading with him at night. I said, because I'm focused on math and I'm focused on like the other stuff that we're supposed to work on and spelling, things like that. And I was like, that by the time we're done with that, he's worn out. But they told me he does so much during the school day, Yeah. And I don't want to force it too much where you're like, when we were younger, it's like, no, you have to do this. And then you're just spending hours and hours.
Yeah, they get burnt out. And there's not enough hours in the day. Like by the time I work all day, I come home, I really try it now to incorporate a workout into my day, and try to just get back on track. And then I got to make time for the kids. And then I got to make time to watch a show with you. It's like,
I haven't been bothering you.
No, but I feel like when I'm working out and it's late, I'm like, I got to hurry up so I could run upstairs and at least get one episode in.
I don't say anything to you about that.
I know, but
that's on you.
But you need to make time for that. What are you laughing at? Because you do have a feeling. I know you do. You don't have to say it. I already know it.
I don't say anything.
I know you don't say it, but I feel it. So
I just put the kids to bed and I just do my own thing.
You go to bed.
Yeah. Because I get tired.
I've been making
I'm like
time.
running around. I didn't say you weren't making time.
All right. This is a good time to take a break.
You know we love our AG1. I drink mine every single morning before coffee. I always do 4 ounces of water, 1 scoop of AG1 shake, and I'm ready to go out the door because I'm always on a rush with the boys.
Yeah, and I drink mine every single morning. We've been partnered with AG1 for a long time, and I even drink AG1 before that. And that's how I start every single day. And then I take my AGZ is the last thing I put in my body at night. I'm really focused on health, especially this January. I don't know why people mock like dry January and trying to hit your fitness goals, but it's something I take serious, especially since I'm getting older. And AG1 fills all those nutritional gaps that I'm missing without eating the right foods. AG1 fills all those gaps for me.
I love it for gut health. You go on the regular too.
Yeah, it's always good. And I love their next gen formula because they're constantly trying to improve on something that's already great. I love them for years and they're constantly driving to get better, which is something I love about AG1.
AG1 has over 50,000 verified 5-star reviews and comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to drinkag1.com/togetherness to get their best offer. Get 3 free AG1 travel packs and get 3 free AGZ travel packs. Plus, get a free vitamin D3, K2, and AG1 welcome kit with your first AG1 subscription order. That's drinkag1.com/togetherness. drinkag1.com/togetherness.
All right, welcome back.
Make time for sex. That's what you have to do. I'm joking.
Oh, I was like, when are you going to start that? What?
Is
that a New Year goal?
I was at a bar the other day. I was not drinking. I was drinking a Coca-Cola, and I met 2 friends up there while the kids were in school, and just our conversation. One of the moms, she was like, "Oh my gosh, can my husband please just not even pull it out?"
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
She's like, "No, I have to work. I got things to do. Put it away." And then we just go around and tell our stories.
We just talk shit.
No, it's not. No, it's funny. It's just stuff you talk about.
It's girl talk.
Men are so different. Like, I'm sure you guys don't talk about stuff like that.
No,
Yeah.
we don't.
We do.
Well, what do you, I mean, I know you do.
Jeff tries it. I'm like, I'm on my period.
Dude, it's like, I don't know. What's a good analogy? It's like walking across like a super tight balance beam and you're like, fuck, I fell off. I'll try again tomorrow. It's always something. You're walking on eggshells. I'm on my period. The kids are driving me crazy. I'm fat. Whatever. It's whoops, I slipped off the beam. Got to go back tomorrow.
Oh, wait. Speaking of the beam, that guy that's supposed to climb.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
I forgot his name.
The Netflix guy.
The
They're
Yosemite.
postponing it.
Oh, because
because of safety. Yeah. Is New York getting bad weather right now?
I think so. I think like you said, everyone's getting bad weather. It's like there's a chill across the country.
I was planning on watching that tonight.
I think a lot of people were.
Okay, what's the backup if he falls? Like what's going to happen?
I don't know.
They have to have this discussion. Like, hey, if you fall off.
Oh, he's got to sign $1 million. I mean, I don't know how they work that out logistically, but if he's really going to do that with no cables and stuff like that, he's got to sign his life away.
Was no cables, or maybe I misunderstood.
He climbed Yosemite. You know that what's that?
Yeah, but
mountain
if people are watching it live,
and
like
he fell off,
they just have to like cut the cameras.
There's
off.
got to be a dump button for sure, right? I would.
Well, that's
assume
what I
so.
was thinking.
Because there's a dump button when there's live. Remember Kingsley from CBS?
Yes.
I dropped his name. I don't even know if he's still there. I hope he's still there. That guy's the best. We used to go out for beers. There was this old English guy with this guy at CBS, and his job was every single live show, he was the dump guy. So he'd show me and I'd be like, Kingsley, what do you do? Let me see. So we'd go in his office and there's like 3 buttons, not in his office. He'd be in the control room and he has like 3 different buttons. It's like very serious because back then, like you get fined from the FCC, you know, like if there was a swear word that got through. So they film, there's like a 5-second delay when you're filming or something. And he's got like 3 chances to drown the sound out. Like if someone's like, oh my God.
But you get fishbowled.
What do you mean?
I thought when somebody cusses, you get fishbowled.
No, or they'll just dump the sound.
Oh.
You know, they'll dump the sound. So like he was at like the Victoria's Secret shows because they were live. Any live event he would be at, you know, like it was a sporting event and they'd have to listen real close. And if someone's like, you know, in the audience.
But what if you don't know it's coming?
You got a 5-second delay. So you have 3 chances and there's like a backup guy. He was telling me it's probably different now. That was like what, when I worked at CBS
15 years ago.
10, yeah, in that era. So it's probably different now, but it was like just this little thing and it had 3 buttons and there was a backup guy. So if someone in the audience was like, hey, fuck you, it's like, you got to wait like 5 seconds and then hit it. And you got to kind of like time it, you know? But then it dumps the whole audio out. So if it's a live event and all of a sudden the audio gets dumped out, it's like the audio, you know, at home, you're like, what happened?
But okay, like something like Traders, they can cuss, they can say,
but that's
GD.
But that's not live. It's live events. Events.
What's the difference?
Like for live shows on CBS,
yeah,
he would work the live shows.
Yeah, but is it because it's like a prime time, like because it's family?
Yes, it's the FCC will sue you if you put a swear word out there.
And then what do they get fined? Like $10,000?
Like $25,000
every time.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
he did our shows. So
Big Brother?
He did Big Brother, like the live shows. And you know, like you're in the house and everyone kind of swears a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So you don't know when you're going into the house, like they're cutting in like, hey, let's check in the house.
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
I'm like, Jordan, did you just drop some fucking cookies on your, like just something like that?
Oh yeah.
Like, so he had to be aware and he goes, every time you came on camera or Russell, like he'd tell me after like we were having beers, he goes, I had to have my hand on the button because you never knew. You guys are always like dropping F-bombs in there. But he had this British accent. He was real funny.
Oh my gosh, that would be nerve-wracking because if you make a mistake,
you got to really, yeah.
How many chances do they let you have? And then
I just told you.
No, I'm saying for him, like, hey, you missed it a couple times. You're out. Now we're hiring someone else.
There's got to be some new technology now. There's no way they're waiting on some English guy to press that button back there. You know, that was 10 to 15 years ago.
What about DBL? What was the rules with DBL?
They had a dump button too. But it's a 5-second delay. Uh-huh. So Steve, I remember, remember Steve? He was the audio guy. Mm-hmm. So he had a dump button too. So if someone like accidentally like let one out, like our mics would go off for 3 seconds. You'd like hear it be like, oh, Steve hit the dump button. All right, we're back. Like you'd hear the audio kind of go out. But he had to because he had to hit that dump button.
Yeah, but you guys knew because you were like professionals in life, but I don't think you've ever slipped.
No, I never did. I came close, I think. I don't think I ever did. I think someone one time was like, you know, who gives a shit about, I don't know. There was a couple incidents.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, and then boom. Then you got a 5-second delay and then you hit it and it goes out for a couple seconds.
I don't think people realize live is so much harder than like just having something recorded, that's nothing because they take stuff out and they edit things.
Oh, yeah.
But when it's live, like what you did at DBL, talking the topics you talked about, you say one wrong thing and you can't backpedal. Like it's live.
Oh, yeah. But our show's live that I do now.
Yeah, but it's on a smaller scale.
I know, it's small. Yeah, it's not national.
It's not national.
But it's still live. Like it's not like, you know, I do so many packages after our live show. And then, you know, like for instance, when I was doing those man on the street things, you know, interviewing people, you can't say Super Bowl.
Why?
It's trademarked.
What?
Yeah, you can't say Super Bowl. So you have to say the big game. So I'd be interviewing people. I'd be like,
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
is that just your show or
No,
is that
was
everyone?
everywhere. Even on DBL, we couldn't say Super Bowl. Yeah, isn't that stupid?
That is the dumbest thing.
I know. There's so many rules that people have no idea about. So I'm on the street, right? So I'm like interviewing someone. I'm like, when was the last time the Broncos were in the Super Bowl? I'm like, when was the last time the Broncos were in the big game? And I'm like, and I tell them like, hey, when was the last time they were in the Super Bowl? I can't say Super Bowl. And then I'd ask the question again. So when was the last time the Broncos were in the big game? You know, so we have the right cut. Because I couldn't say Super Bowl. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I say Super Bowl on live TV, again, our show's local. I don't think anyone's coming after us. But even when we do like Broncos promotions or I'm out on the street wearing Broncos stuff, they're like, you can't wear a logo. Don't wear anything with the logo. Don't wear NFL stuff.
I never knew that.
You ever see like when Josh Allen's doing like a pistachio commercial or someone?
Okay.
If it's not NFL, if NFL's not a part of it, you'll see him in his jersey number, but it's like a totally ridiculous jersey. It doesn't look like the Buffalo Bills or whatever sports star. Like you ever see him in those generic jerseys?
Yeah.
That's because the NFL doesn't get a cut of that pistachio money. So you're not allowed to wear their NFL logo or the NFL team
NFL
logo.
makes enough money. Why do they need a cut?
It's business. It's business.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
What about like Nike? If they're sponsoring a football player.
I don't know why we're getting deep into this. So like, remember on Big Brother, that's a national show.
Yeah.
You can't wear the swoosh symbol on your thing. You can't wear that.
That is right.
They tape it up. So
You
whenever
know,
you see on like television, if someone's wearing a hat and there's tape over it, that's because it's a logo and they don't have the right to use that. So they gotta, I forgot the name of it, but it's called something.
Big Brother, they had to check your tattoos.
Oh yeah, that's why you see people with Band-Aids. Well, no, that wasn't logos. Those were like naked, like tits or something.
Yeah, but they had to make sure there was nothing like offensive. There was nothing.
Right. So some people wore I forgot who, but I remember a couple seasons people had to put
because I
Band-Aids.
remember they were like, do you have any? I was like, no. This was the first time when I was on. They're like, so you don't have social media? I was
Greek it. I think it's called Greeking it.
Greeking it?
Yeah, I think that's right. You Greek it. Like if there's a logo, it's called Greeking it. Let me look it up. Go ahead.
Interesting. When I was on Big Brother, they were like, you don't have social media? And I was like, no, that I never had it. And they were like looking at me like I was lying. Like, you don't have social media? And I'm like, no. And then they were like, you don't have tattoos? I go, no. And I remember them just like, what? Who are you? And then I didn't have email either at that time.
Yeah.
And then pink, Victoria's Secret pink was popular then.
Yeah, you can't wear that.
And I had the dog and they took a Sharpie and colored on my dog. And still to this day, they're my pink shorts I wore on season 13. I don't think I wore them on 11. I still saved them because they have the mark where they colored the dog.
They did that to me on a bunch of stuff too. Because it's stuff that you don't even think. They're like, there's no logo on here. And then like right on the bottom of your swim trunks will be like the brand.
But there's logos on everything.
I know, but
there's
not like, that's why that American Apparel, remember that American Apparel company?
Oh my gosh.
That was just colors.
That always American Apparel makes me think of getting off of Big Brother, and you loved American Apparel,
but that was
popular.
That was the best store for like to be on Big Brother.
But that was like super LA back then.
Yeah, I did like it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they just made straight colors, no branding. So that's like a perfect shirt to wear like on Big Brother. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now everything's got like a little logo.
You remember the Von Dutch?
That was way before. That was when I first moved to LA.
When you first moved to LA, because I was in high school.
Yeah, that was like when I was 23.
The low-rise jeans and the belly button ring, and then like the hat, the Von Dutch hats, and what was the other? Affliction.
Oh my God, that was the worst.
Those were the downtown guys that loved to club, are the ones that wore Affliction.
And that's when fighting first came out.
Yes, and they all gelled their hair.
Yeah.
And they all thought they were like super cool and wore like these like rubber band looking like bracelets.
That's a bad look. An Affliction shirt. Those Von Dutch hats, I saw a couple. They're like, I don't know if they're coming back or people wear them just for fun, but that I've seen people wear Von Dutch hat. Dude, speaking of that, you just totally, I was going through some old clothes and you
found some?
I pulled these out from like a long time ago. Remember this brand? I'm going to stand up.
True Religion. I love True Religion.
And
are they in business still?
Look at the bottoms. They're like big.
Yeah.
I feel like not bell bottoms, but I feel like that tight around the ankle is going out. So I threw these on. This is the first time I wore these in like 10 years.
What size are they? 34s?
Yeah.
That's good.
I know.
You're back in your old.
Well, I dropped a couple pounds.
I saved my maternity stuff down here in case I got like super fat.
So I was going through old stuff and that's why I don't throw things away. Because I go through
clothes. I don't, because clothes always come back.
Yeah. So I waited a long time to put these in. And this is the first time I wore them.
I like them.
You like them?
Well, yeah. I
don't know if True Religion jeans are coming back, but I just found them like, oh, this is a good day. There's fights on tonight. I'm going to pop these on.
Used to love True Religion.
Hey, let's take a quick break. I don't know what the hell we're talking about anyway, but we'll come back.
I like the brand talk.
Okay. Welcome back. So you used to like True Religion?
Yeah.
Me too.
It reminds me of like 2009.
That's when I probably wore these. 2009?
Well, for me, also before I met you, it was like 2007, 2008. Because I remember my mom taking me to the mall and like us going and buying stuff. And then when I was in high school, it was like Guess. Remember Guess was like a thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, the girl, the triangle with the, that used to be like hot when girls wore those.
Oh, it was like the jam. My mom used to take me like every weekend.
Who was it Cindy Crawford? Who was the model for that? Oh, it was Anna Nicole Smith, right?
Was she?
I think she was a guest model.
You know, back then, like when they show photos of her, this is before she got like, kind of messed up on stuff.
Yeah.
She was pretty.
Of course.
She was like really like, I feel like attractive, and she seemed like a sweet person. You know who I think is like the nicest person? I do not know them, never met them. But she seems like she has the biggest heart and just a down to earth, sweet woman is Pamela Anderson. I love her. Have you listened to her?
Yes.
She was on Howard Stern. And she was talking about her sons told her she tried to send Tommy Lee pickles and that like she made, but I guess he's remarried, and her sons were like, don't send pickles anymore. And she's like, I wish I just had a better relationship. Our son's getting married. And then I feel like her and Tommy need to be together again. I feel like that sex tape messed up her career and messed up their relationship. And I feel like they were so passionately in love and it got ruined. And I feel like they need to be together again.
Well, I think the sex tape, I think that helped them. But they were so famous at some point. They were like the it couple.
She said it ruined her career. The sex tape.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean.
And then she saw
Seth
Rogen. I guess at one of the parties. It was Seth Rogen, the one that made the Pam and Tommy video. I could be wrong. She just made a comment about Seth Rogen.
Movie, yeah.
Yeah, she said she was just like disgusted.
Well, the whole thing, I mean, I get the invasion of privacy. It's not like, I think Kim Kardashian leaked that thing.
Yeah, but look at her now.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it hurt. Maybe it did. I don't know. But it definitely, she was already on the map. But then when those two got together, they were like, those were like the Von Dutch days.
Yeah.
That was Pam and Tommy.
She was just pretty. And like, I think Tommy Lee, he's not a bad looking guy. I mean, he's a little rough around the edges.
He's funny when he tells stories because he's got the craziest stories.
Oh. How are they alive?
I don't know. I don't understand. Like these like rock stars. I mean, Ozzy sadly passed away, but I mean, for him to make it that long with the stories that he had, like he used to get so high, he'd snort ants. Like, I don't know. Like
he did?
That's what I heard. Yeah. There's just crazy stories, man.
I know. I don't know. I like Pam. I'm a huge fan of her. And I feel like she just loves her boys. And I love that she wears no makeup to the award show. You've seen her. I think she still looks hot. And like, she's just natural. And I feel like she just doesn't care. And she just seems like a pure person, and she's not so like Hollywood, and that's why I like her.
Well, I think Hollywood, yeah, she's kind of jaded by Hollywood. She's like, I don't want that. But
when I was a kid, Baywatch was like my favorite show.
But there was that documentary, like she kind of got back into the business a little bit, you know? And I think now with everything that she's been through, she kind of, you know what I mean? She's kind of just like you said, leave me alone. And, you know, I had enough from
her one son. He was the one that was like the Hills remake.
Yeah.
He's a cute kid. He looks like I feel like a good mixture of both of them. Have you seen him?
Yeah. I watched them on the Hills. And yeah, but that's the kid who like already went to rehab and everything, and he doesn't drink anymore, and he was only like 20 years old. You know, that's LA for you. I know, exactly. So he learned at a young age. I don't know. I think the business I think when you get in a certain age, the Hollywood business, they're like, nobody cares about me type of deal. Like they'll suck what they need to suck from you. And once there's nothing left to suck, it's the next person. What are you looking at me like that for?
No, I was laughing because I was at the, I took Lawson out of school just for an hour because I couldn't get him a haircut in with his girl. So I just got him a haircut and then took him right back to school. And it was a Friday and his teacher was gone. So that's why I did it. So they had a substitute. So Lawson wasn't doing anything.
You have to explain everything.
I know, but people are going to attack me for taking
just say, then just say, I brought Lawson to a haircut the other day.
Okay. So I took Lawson to get a haircut and I was reading People magazine and Heidi and Spencer, you know, they call him Spidey.
Oh, yeah.
And he's running for mayor.
I know. That's ridiculous.
Oh, okay. 2007 me would be like, oh, Spencer, no way. Ew. I'm rooting for Spencer. I like him.
I do like how he's pushing back against everything because there was some, you know, if you got a dump button, there were some fucked up situations with that whole fire.
Oh,
like there was a lot.
It's so sad.
I mean, there was a lot of things that the state messed up. That could have prevented that, hydrants. Or at least couldn't. Yeah, no, I mean, an empty.
And you're in like the richest neighborhood, one of the richest neighborhoods.
Yeah, and they know the winds are changing. They knew it was coming, and they didn't even check if there was water in there. It's like there was a lot of shit that went down, and he's exposing a lot of that stuff. But a lot of people don't want to believe it. You know what I mean? Because again, we'd say it every week. It comes down to politics, and if you're on that side of the aisle, you're like, no, it was handled right. If you're on the other side, you're like, what are you talking about? You guys totally dropped the ball on this.
It's not a political thing for me. It's how passionate he is about. He's like, I lost my house. My parents lost their home, and how they handled the situation, and how he calls him Newscum. It makes me laugh.
I mean, he's made like a name for himself.
I think I'm rooting for him. I am rooting for Spencer because I love how passionate.
He doesn't have a chance.
Not politics. Passionate. He has so much pride in where he grew up, and I love it. And I hope the celebrities back him up.
I don't think so, but stranger things have happened. I mean, our president's Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Like
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There's a lot of examples. I don't think he's going to get there just because of the politics in California. I don't think he has a chance, but you never know. You never know. I'm pulling him too. I agree with
Jenner's backing him up. He's like, he's actually really smart. And Spencer, when I was reading the magazine, he was saying how he knew what he was doing, like on the Hills. He's like, do you want a paycheck? If you want a paycheck, you play it up.
Oh,
and he was like, I knew we were the villains and I had to and people, I hated him on the show. I was like, he's such a jerk to Heidi. And I think Heidi's from Colorado, by the way.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
And then, but I'm rooting for him. And I love that her song went #1. It's terrible, but it's just like a Paris Hilton type song. And I don't know. I like seeing people comebacks.
Oh, you're a comeback.
Yeah.
Kid. I like the passion. I don't care what you do. Like, I don't care if you knit blankets or you build skyscrapers. If you love knitting blankets and you want to tell me everything about knitting blankets and where you got the yarn and you make your own yarn and work and like you're so into it and genuinely curious and want to tell me about it, I love it. I'll listen all day. I don't care if it's about making a blanket. Tell me more about your blanket. Oh my God. So, you know what I mean? And everyone's got I love talking to people like that.
Me
and
too.
I don't care what it is. Just be passionate about something. You know, and it's not like gossip and, oh man, I would totally be somewhere else in my life if it wasn't for this scumbag who sold me a bad blanket. You know, it's like, dude, just be fucking happy with your blanket. There's a weird analogy, but you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What do you think about, have you talked about the Victoria Beckham thing? I love Victoria Beckham too.
No, what happened?
Because Spice Girls, her son, kind of like put the family on blast. And okay, basically.
Wait, what's the son's name?
Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
Brooklyn.
I don't want to get out the whole thing and like read all the tweets. It was just everything. He put their family on blast. He said his mom ruined, there was like embarrassed him at the wedding because of dancing. You haven't seen the memes?
No.
And it's like
I swear I've been really like limited with my social media.
Well, nobody's seen the dance. Nobody knows what happened really. People are kind of coming out like a DJ there. And it was, I didn't even click on it because I didn't even feel like hearing it. But it just, Justin Anderson, who we both love, Justin Anderson, hair colorist.
Yeah, I know. We got to get him on here. He loves the hot goss.
He worked with Brooklyn's wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Beckham's wife. And he's like, she's not a good person. Like, she's not nice. And so it's kind of like
Victoria Beckham?
Okay, Brooklyn Beckham, Victoria Beckham's son.
Oh,
married,
his wife.
Yeah, his wife.
Which again, married. I'm kind of like blanking because I still think like they're kids. Like,
yeah.
They're probably like.
So he's basically like done, I think, with his family, like cutting them off.
Uh-oh.
And then it goes into the whole thing. Like, you don't realize how many people, I talked to you about this. I'm like, you know how scary it is if our boys marry someone and they're like a psycho or have some type of motive, and then they are nice in the beginning and then try to take you away from your family, and then you don't talk to your family anymore. But the more you talk to people, it happens in like every family. Yeah,
there's a term for it. I don't know what it's called.
But I feel bad for Victoria Beckham and them because now this is all public.
Is Brooklyn... Is the wife, is she from something? Does she have money?
Oh, she's a billionaire family.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a money
thing. Okay.
So she's got money, but people are coming out saying like she's just a fame whore. I don't know. I don't know them.
Yeah.
I don't even know who she is.
It's tough. You know, it's going back to like Brody Jenner we were talking about. And then I forgot we were talking about someone before. Pam and Tommy's son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like we could sit on our couch and judge people all day or like judge Justin Bieber.
But you don't know.
You have they don't grow up in reality. They think they do. They think like Malibu's reality. Malibu's not even reality when you go there. You're like, where am I? This is like paradise. You know what I mean? In the United States, they want for nothing. You know what I mean? You have no judgment on what. I understand you still have pain and sorrow and things like that, and but you're living life completely different than 90, 95, 99% of America. Mm-hmm. More than that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't imagine not wanting for anything. Like growing up, like, man, I had to save up for these jeans, or I only got new shoes at the beginning of the year. Just like a normal, and you know, obviously it goes less than that into poverty. But it's like, imagine not wanting for anything. Brand new cars for your birthday, driving around go-karts when you're 10, like whatever. You get into trouble, you could buy your way out of that trouble.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's very hard for them to have a grip on reality. And then when you get older, it's just, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just talking out of my ass. But when people like watch the Kardashians, they don't know what reality is.
Yeah, they do seem like nice people. I'm not a Kardashian.
I'm not saying it, but their mind works differently than the average person. Being Justin Bieber and like the whole world knows who you are and you're this superstar. Like, you have no concept of what's happening. Obviously, I have no concept of what he's going through or what they're going through either. You know, but it's just a totally different reality.
Yeah, like Britney Spears.
Totally different.
Yeah, because they can't be with a normal person. They have to be with like another celebrity. Because
otherwise
they don't.
It'd be like, what do you really, like, you know, all the cameras are off, you're watching a movie, like, what are you really here for?
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be in the back of your head, you know?
But then there's someone like Matt Damon, who he met his wife. She was a bartender. And I think that's probably why they work, because she's not in the limelight. And then you see Ben Affleck. he's having some trouble. He bounces around.
I feel bad for Ben Affleck.
Oh my God. I love every meme with Ben Affleck.
Dude, I don't
like,
I feel like he's just a punching bag.
I feel like we'd be friends.
I feel like we'd be friends too.
He would be.
But I could tell like in his interviews, he's very like quick to get pissed, you know? And like every time they show him, it's like that meme of him like having a cigarette, just like, oh my God, I can't take this shit. And then there's a camera taking a picture of him.
There's one of him getting out of the car with Jennifer Lopez and he's like holding her bag and he's just like, oh. and then
I think he just wears
it. All red. And the comments though, are people are like, oh my God, what happened in that car? And then I just think she would be a handful.
For sure.
Like,
I don't know. That's
much.
My opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I'd be total friends with Ben Affleck, but he's a big punching bag. Maybe for genuine reasons. I don't know. But on DBL, we used to take pop shots at him all the time. And I'd always stick up for him. Like, guys, could you give him a break?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I feel bad. Ben, I love you. I wish I said hi to you that time. But
going back to Victoria Beckham, I don't know the whole story, but I hope, I don't know the whole story, but I'm taking Victoria Beckham and David Beckham's side. Because this girl, just from other people, she just seems like that type to take him away from his son. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Because Justin Anderson, I love him. And for him to say he doesn't talk bad about anybody and he's super positive, and for him to be like, she was not nice to work with when he worked with her. And
I don't know enough about it to have an opinion, but I do know about
people taking me and your mom, because I could like really talk to your mom and we would crack up because she would say, I think the reason why daughter-in-law and mother-in-laws don't get along is because you can't say what you really want to say to your mother-in-law about her son.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but I go, I used to. Like with your
I know
mom,
you did.
I'd be like,
could you tone it down a little bit?
And your mom would laugh and she would agree with me. I'd be like, he's such an asshole. And she'd be like, I know he can't be like that. She told me the last time I saw her, he's better when he writes down his goals. But that's what I loved about your mom. But you could say the same thing to me. You could tell my dad, you'd be like, Jordan's a psycho pain in the ass. My dad would be like,
your dad says it before me.
I know. And my
your
dad
says it before me, so I don't have to. But I don't tell your dad the crazy shit you do. I just like, dude, he like looks at me. I'm like, dude, she's fucking crazy. And he's like, uh-oh, that's Sybil coming out. And then he already knows. Like, I don't have to say anything.
Oh, yeah. He's like,
I don't break things down.
He's like, you are just like your mother.
Oh, dude, you have no idea how much you're like your mom. The stubbornness is a problem because it's going to get worse when you get older, and you need to get a hold of that. I'm not even kidding. You need to get a grip on it.
You like crazy.
All right, we'll end it there.
If I was too nice, it wouldn't be fun.
You keep it interesting. And the audience thinks you're just like this bubbly, yay, everything's great.
The next episode, me and Jeff were talking, what we want to do is read the mean tweets. Not mean tweets, but
because you read a couple the other day and I don't look at them.
Oh, I was dying laughing.
Not just the comments, not the tweets.
It's not tweets, but it's like Jimmy Kimmel's mean tweets when people read them. So don't go on here and start writing like mean stuff. We want it to be authentic. So I'm going
There's enough of them. We don't need any more.
There's enough of them, but there was one that was really mean towards Jeff and I was dying laughing and I called him. And I told him.
I don't read them because I pretend like it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't give a shit anymore about that. And then you tell me things. I'm like, I want to find out where this person lives. Why are you even listening if you hate me so much? And then I get all worked up. So I'm like, we should just share it for the show. So
we're going to put together, I'm going to get a group of like some for me, some for Jeff. And then I'm going to read them on here because they make me, some of them are really mean towards me, but it's funny. Like Jeff hates you.
I'm getting pissed because I'm just thinking about some of them. And I'm like, why? What are you doing?
Like,
why are you listening?
It's like, oh my God. Jeff can't stand her. I would love to see what goes on at their house. Just things like that. It just makes me laugh. So don't on this episode comment mean stuff because it's not authentic. I'm going back.
We have plenty from the past. But we're going to do it on the next episode. And we might just throw in a little bonus episode because we've been watching Traders, and a lot of you, speaking of writing in, have asked us our opinion. We're going to give a quick 15-minute breakdown. So we're actually going to film that right after this right now and just kind of talk all Traders. So if you're not into that, don't worry about it. Our next episode, you're going to hear everyone shitting on us. That'll be fun. All right. We'll see you next time.
Okay. Bye.
Wait. Let's do a quote.
Do a quote.
Let's get it on a positive note. If you can find a path with no obstacles, it probably doesn't lead anywhere. I like that.
It's true.
Life's hard, love.
Yes, it is. All right. Bye.